everybody, welcome to the 𝐂𝐸 Way. I'm Jessica. Today's video we are going to be talking about a few simple ways to prevent summer slide. Now, we personally in our homeschool have always done review during the summer and never necessarily new concepts, at least not when it comes to the core subjects. We do interest-based learning and then we review all summer long to make sure we're not losing anything that we learned, but I try to give her the summer off and not drill and kill new things. So with that in mind, over the years, we've done a few different things. When she was younger, we really loved I think they were called No Prep Packs from Moffat Girls. They were so much fun and they were summer themed and I could print, and only you print out what we were going to use. And then as she got older, one of her favorite workbooks was the Brain Quest workbook. So they call it, I'm not sure what they call it, but they're kind of like summer bridge books. And there would be like these fun little things. Most of them came with like this map sticker thing that you would like use the stickers as you completed it and you like had a mission throughout the summer. She really loved those. But as she's gotten older, I have found it more and more difficult to find those type of like summer bridge activities and workbooks, especially for the middle school years. So I scoured the internet and I found 4 different companies that offered a summer bridge. These are all 7th into 8th grade because that's what Emily is. She's going into 8th grade, so we'll be doing like those between 7th and 8th grade. Now, before I show you inside each one of those so you can get a better idea of what's included and hopefully pick the right one for your kids and your homeschools, I did want to tell you one other thing that we haven't done in previous summers because they didn't exist yet, but we will definitely be adding to this summer because it is just such an easy low prep, very little needed from me activity that Emily can do, that she loves, that she never complains about, that's going to keep her learning all summer long. And those are our discovery decks. So each one of the discovery decks includes 20 questions for curious kids. They're just like random generic questions that kids probably have on a specific topic. And then each question has a QR code. And that QR code is going to take them to a YouTube video that's going to answer that question in a kid-appropriate video in less than 10 minutes. Currently, there are more than 30 topics to choose from. So whether your kid is into space or human body or how things were made or interesting inventions, there is a topic for everybody. Dogs, horses, cats. Like, seriously, there's so many different topics. So I will probably, I'm thinking just randomly choose one, but we'll see how it ends up playing out, and I will share more about the way we're going to use them and which ones we're going to use in our summer homeschool plans video, but I will 100% be using, for sure, one of these summer workbooks to make sure that we're not summer sliding backwards, as well as the discovery decks, because I know that that is just an easy, low-key way to learn that we can do whether we're at home or on the go. The first one we're going to look inside is the Carson Delosa Summer Bridge Activities, and this one is claiming 15 minutes a day. Includes reading, writing, language arts, math, science, social studies with a bonus flashcards and poster. And it includes some fun online practice on IXL. Now, just keep in mind, all of the ones I'll be showing you are the 7th to 8th grade, so that summer between 7th and 8th grade. Here is the table of contents, how you access IXL, the skills matrix, and then we have some summer reading. They're giving some free ebooks and a summer reading log. Now, this book is split into 3 different sections. Each section starts with something similar to this, so setting monthly goals and a word list. I'm assuming that each section is meant to be done over a month, like during the summer, so like June, July, and August. But obviously there's flexibility there. And then each month also has some sort of fitness. So the first section does flexibility, and there are let's play ideas and mindful moments to incorporate flexibility. Here are some of their movements that they're suggesting. And then each section has 20 days, and each day is just one sheet of paper front and back. So on day 1, we have measurement and grammar. So here's the measurement, here's the grammar. We're going to read the passage and underline each noun, and then draw 3 lines under each letter that should be capitalized. This is still day 1. We have vocabulary, which is analogies, and we have science, which is filling in the blanks with the words from the word banks. and then a mindful moment. Here is day 2. We have geometry. In language arts, we are going to add commas where they're needed on this one. Vocabulary, reading comprehension. Day 3, we have ratios and some vocabulary, and then a let's play, and this is going to focus on one of those activities we had mentioned earlier that's going to be about flexibility. And then reading comprehension. Day 4, we have algebra and vocabulary. Then we have some more vocabulary and writing. And day 5, we have geometry, probability, vocabulary, and then a fast fun fact that they're just going to give you. All mammals get goosebumps, in case you didn't know. And it's going to be very similar to that for the next 20 days. At the end of 20 days, there is a bonus section before you move on. So there's a science experiment, another science experiment, and then some social study activities. And then section 2, like I said, a new month, so monthly goals, another word list. And this section focuses on strength. So here's your strength activities. And then another 20 pages of different math and language arts, vocabulary, and reading combinations. With bonus activities at the end. And then section 3 is the same thing, except now we're going to focus on endurance. And then at the end of that, there are bonus activities yet again and an answer key. Here are those flashcards. And a poster, as well as a summer bucket list. Next, let's take a look at Evan Moore's daily summer activities. This includes reading, math, spelling, critical thinking, and geography. Looks like it's going to be 10 weeks. Here's that skills matrix. And what's in this book, as well as how to use it. And all of the different spelling words they'll work on. So all week, you're going to have spelling words, a get creative, a memorable moment, and a reading record. And then for Monday on week 1, you have read it nonfiction and write it right with math time. Tuesday, week 1, we have spell it, a writing prompt in my own words, language lines, and math time. Wednesday for week 1, we have more read it nonfiction, vocabulary. Thursday, we have language lines and another writing prompt in my own words, as well as mind jigglers, which is going to be one of those critical thinking. Friday, week 1, we have math time, plotting coordinates, and then we also have some geography. Let's go ahead and take a look at week 2. And then, like I said, 10 weeks, so that's very similar. After you get through week 10, there's an answer key in the back, as well as a section for you to keep a summer journal. Next, we have the Kids Summer Academy by Argo Prep. This is 7 days a week for 8 weeks. It was updated for the 2025-2026 school year, and it includes math, English, science, reading, writing, experiments, mazes, puzzles, and fitness. Here is how to use this book, and there are some video explanations. Here's a table of contents for weeks 1 through 6. and week 7 and 8. There's a QR code for bonus material. Your cast of warriors. And then we get into week 1. In week 1, day 1, we have a reading with genre in mind fiction. So this is an overview of English concepts. Making genre study part of your reading habits. Overview of English concepts, a reading passage. This is from Myths and Legends of Ancient Greece and Rome. Answering questions about that passage. Overview of English concepts, activities. So recognizing genres and making predictions accordingly. And then overview of English concepts, activities. And then there's a fitness section. In this fitness section, we're going to do some abs, plank, lunges, and running. That was all for day 1. Now on day 2, we have a reading passage again. Answering those questions, some activities for English concepts, and then fitness. So now we're going to do some squats, side bending, and a tree pose. On day 3, we have math, ratio and proportional relationships, and fitness. Day 4, we have more ratio and proportional relationships and some more fitness. And day 5, we're going to do ratio and proportional relationships and some fitness. I'm sorry, yoga this time. Still fitness, but yoga. Day 6, we have an experiment on Newton's first law and some follow-up questions with some yoga. And on day 7, we have logic. Now, the only thing I personally don't love about this is that it is so many days in a week. We normally only school 4 to 5 days in the summer. And also that it is all one subject a day. That is perfect for some kids. Emily is not one of them. She would rather, in this case over the summer, do like a tiny bit of English, tiny bit of math, tiny bit of something else, and call it a day. Seeing this much math on one day would be kind of a deal breaker for her over the summer. But if you have a kid who really likes to just focus on one thing at a time, this one would be perfect for them. So after you get past the 8 weeks, you have a QR code to scan for the answer sheet, so they are not included, but you can easily download them from their website. The last one we're going to look at is the Summer Learning Head Start, which is updated for 2025, and this one is from Lumos Learning. 15 minutes a day, and it has reading, writing, math, and fun activities, as well as daily challenges, science quizzes, and story competitions online. So here's how you register, and you get your access code so that you have more bonuses. Here is a table of contents. So it looks like we're doing 5 days a week for 10 weeks. Actually, 5 days a week for 9 weeks, and then your 10th week is going to be a short story and photo contest. So this is week 1, day 1. We have unit rates here. Prove It from Scouting for Boys. Tryouts, so reading and answering questions. Lines written in a young lady's album. We're going to read this poem and answer the questions. Here's some way to challenge yourself with a link. And then day 2, we have understanding and representing proportions. Using those clues to make an inference. So reading this passage and answering the questions. Reading this passage and answering the questions. Reading this passage and answering the questions. And then reading this, answering the questions, and a challenge. So that was day 2. Day 3, we have finding the constant of proportionality. And the point of this is, so we're going to read and answer the questions. This is Jane Eyre. We will read that and answer the questions, and then a challenge yourself. Again, like I said, there's a link there. It's like a daily challenge. Day 4, we have represent proportions by equations. What is this all about? We're going to read and answer the questions. Read and answer the questions, and that another daily challenge. Day 5, we have the significance of points on graphs of proportion. one thing leads to another. So there are 3 different passages there. And then at the end of each week, there's some sort of like fun bonus. This week it's learning sign language. And then we go into week 2. And it does look like the answer key is included in the back of this one. So that's all the answer keys for that. So that's a look inside all 4 of these summer activity books. I think there's pros and cons to all of them. If you have a kid who just likes some no-nonsense, the Lumos Learning one would be perfect. It is all black and white. Each day you just do math or language arts, basically reading comprehension. So you could say, here you go, you just have to do this, and they would do that and be done with it. If you have a kid who likes to focus on like the same thing each day, so they just want to focus on math or they just want to focus on language, the Argo Prep one is perfect because each day only covered one kind of topic in depth. So that would be perfect. Also, it's 7 days a week, so you can make that flexible, or you could just say every day when you get up, you're going to do one of these and be done. The Evan Moore was very, very visual, a lot of high interest color. So if you have a visual learner, this may be perfect for them because it is a lot of color. It also gives them, you know, multiple things to do each day, but it's short and like snippets of things. So is the Carson Delosa, but the Evan Moore is definitely more visual. It had a lot of color, and it includes geography. So if you have a kid who loves geography, like a geography map loving kid, Evan Moore is definitely the way to go. The Carson Delosa still has some color, so it is good for visual learners. It still is that one piece of paper with the snippets each day, so still good for a kid who wants some variety. But I would say that because of the science experiments in each section, this one I would probably get if your kid was more into science. This one I would probably get if they were more into geography, if this was the only thing you were going to do that summer. Now, I personally am leaning towards the Evan Moore or the Carson Delosa, not because these two are not good, because I think they're all equally good in their own right. I just know that in our personal homeschool, number 1, Emily's going to like a little bit of color. Number 2, she's going to want to have different snippets each day so that it doesn't feel as overwhelming to be doing like 30 math problems. It will feel less overwhelming when they're kind of stuck in there with some reading and writing, because she loves all things language. And I like the ability to have one piece of paper. I want to be able to pull that piece of paper out each day, put it on a clipboard, and have her do it either at the table, outside, or in the car on the go. And these two give me the convenience of that, because each day was simply front and back of one piece of paper. And that's what I know is going to work for us, because it's worked for us in the past. I would love it if you would let me know down in the comments if you will be using a summer activity book with your kids this summer, and if so, which one?